Hello and welcome everyone to Eleanor's journey, my weekly update. Last week I started planning out my week, not only planning my meals, but doing a weekly plan for everything, household things, work things, and so on. And I was talking in the last vlog about how energized I felt, and yeah, it's still the case. I'm still a little sweaty from being with the horses today because again I let my husband sleep in. The week went well and it really did some good even for our relationship because the planning was more reliable, there was more of a structure, even if there will be some changes, and I will optimize the planning so it runs more smoothly. And for example, what I discovered, just to give you an example, is that I thought I would need so much more rest time during the week, and now having this structure, I really feel like I had too much rest last week, even though I always considered I would need to have more time for myself. But if I have everything planned, I'm not so stressed out, and so I'm much more effective in doing my things. And so I could do my things. I knew this was the time frame I have for doing this or doing that. And yeah, so I got things done really concentrated, and there was much more room left and much more flexibility, in fact, because I had control. I was able to tell whether I had the rest that I wanted to have. So what's been going on with my nutrition and what are my plans? So for the moment I want to stick with my plan, continue meal planning, get even more into the flow and learn about what needs to be done. For example, I still have the fridge full of things because I bought lots and lots of meals for my meal prep that I didn't even need. So I'm not sure whether I will go shopping today or again tomorrow, because yeah, no need to go shopping if the fridge is full. I somehow feel I need some more progress, something I can check off, some new goal, and I will do the last part of the Nerd Fitness Academy mindset module. For those that don't know anything about Nerd Fitness, if you're a member of the academy, there are several modules, and it starts with mindset, then it is nutrition, and then there are the workouts. In the last weeks and months I concentrated on the mindset thing, and there were many details I was stuck in, but I think overall I did really good with it, and it helped me for this 2017 respawn. And the last thing I will make, there's a challenge of doing 5 minutes of meditation every day. So it's called the mental superpower. Focus and meditate every day for 2 minutes, 5 minutes or something. And I've grown up in really spiritual family, very open to all religions, but where the health of the mind and everything related to it was really important. And I think now that I'm getting into doing more and more work, more and more practical things, and focusing more on my body also, I think it's good that I keep connected to my inner self. It's very useful to have a specific time each day when to do this, and looking at my daily plan, I'm not sure where it will fit the best. So this will be something I will update you on next week. And having done this meditation challenge for 1 week every day, just a small thing, I will finally move to the nutrition module and focus more and more on what I'm eating. And I really feel, doing all the planning stuff, that I start to get ready to do this. You know, this is different than just saying, okay, I want to lose weight. Okay, what do I have to do? I have to eat less, or I have to track my calories, or I have to stay in my calorie limit, whatever it is. I've worked so much on my mindset. I've worked on my daily routines, my daily habits, building some kind of a base on which now I can just add my nutritional choices, my nutritional goals that I want to put there. And same as with my workouts, it's a lot easier because I have certain time windows where I can just decide that I'm going to do sports, and it flows, and the whole life plan thing. I don't feel it's already the moment today to jump in and get all my macros detailed and every meal written down and so on, because I have so much to structure still. But I'm moving forward, and it starts laying out a stable basis for my nutrition changes that I'm wanting to do. This is completely different from what I was expecting when starting out on a weight loss journey. I'm so curious to know where this will lead me, because all I know is I'm in this process and so much is happening, and there are so many ups and downs. But yeah, all the emotional things, if you followed my blog for some time, I was talking so much about discovering my depression or having struggles in my social life and in my prioritization things. And yes, I went through so much, and I was reminded of all of this yesterday, because yesterday would have been the 55th birthday of my mother if she would be with us today. And at the same time, it was Mother's Day, at least in Germany, where I'm from originally. And so these were two things at once. It was Mother's Day and, well, the birthday of my mother. And there was so much of sadness and pain coming up. I don't know, I haven't scheduled this. Okay, today is the day where the pain comes. But I don't know how this universe and the energies around are working, but wow, this was really, there was so much I went through. It was a really dark day in some way. But you know, these moments are so important, because if you're there and if you're really sad and if you're feeling pain, it's the moment you also can let go a little bit more of your, whatever it is, your trauma, your pain, for example, because you've lost a loved one, or whether it is that you experienced bad things in the past that always haunt you. And when you are coming to a point where all this sadness and all this pain is coming up and is manifesting it, then afterwards you can let go. And so even the very difficult times in the last years, I'm so grateful for them, because many of them just were a manifestation of what I'm going through and how my insides look. And I could let go and say, okay, I accept the pain, I accept what is happening, and can be free again. And I think even the happiest people, even those that have everything in their life, have at some point experienced something that has saddened them, that has traumatized them. Of course, maybe not as much as somebody that has really experienced terrible things, but in some way every one of us makes experiences in his life, and they become a part of us. And there comes a time when they want to be digested, when they want to be looked at. And so yeah, I'll keep it with this. I will get into the silence of the meditation, um, just to get everything quiet and settled and center myself. I'm looking forward and I'm curious what I can tell you next week. So subscribe if you want to know and if you haven't already. And I'm looking forward to reading your comments. I appreciate so much all of your support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And